All right, first up, we're going to take a look at 3 HM2 Colt pedals. This first one on the left, this is the Epitaph. This is the HM2 EQ. It has a single knob that is a blend control. So the whole point of this is to build it into other circuits. So you could have as much or as little HM2 EQ as you'd like. Personally, I think a rat going into this sounds awesome on a clean channel of an amp. The next one, this is the Meridian. This is based off the PV-VTM preamp. It too has a blend and a distortion control for an HM2 overdrive. There is a bass and a treble trim pot inside. I just leave them maxed. This is nice though. If you don't want to use the HM2 EQ that's in here, the overdrive, this sounds great to stack pedals with. Like if you were to take a HM2 and run it into this and then into a power section or even the clean channel of an amp, that's what I like to do. I will have more of these soon. I am dealing with a couple projects right now and I'm unable to get to this, but there will be more of these, I promise. And then this is the HM2 Colt Stockholm. I traced this after the Wrath, the left-hand Wrath. If you want to build one of these, go to hm2colt.com. There is a PCB that you can build up and do whatever you want to. There's also a video on my YouTube channel that shows how to mod this to make it basically a deluxe version if you choose to do those mods. Personally, there's only maybe the mid-frequency is my preferred mod from that. There's also a blend control if you want to put that in here at hm2colt.com also. Just like the Meridian, there will be production versions of this. I'm just waiting for the current project that I'm working on to clear up, and I'll have these available. If you're wondering what this is, this one specifically, this was etched by Acid Rain Pedalworks. If you want one of these, hit them up on Instagram and they can etch you one. This is basically the exact same design I'm going to do, just simple and straightforward for the production model. All right, next up from Deep Space Devices, this is the Resurrector. This is pretty cool. The whole point behind this is, imagine if you had a rat pedal and an HM2 separately, and you're using a Boss line selector pedal. I believe that's the LS2, to blend in the amount of each that you'd like. So that's what you can do with this. So basically, imagine if you were to, control one way fully, that would be rat, and then into HM2. So you can kind of find that sweet spot for whatever sound you're going for. All right, next up is this CUTEC Ultra Metal. This is on loan to me from Josh from Berated. Check them out. It's a good grindcore band from the US. This is a 1-to-1 HM2. Peculiar housing though. It's got some unique build qualities that I haven't seen on anything else. It's kind of the same type of switch you'd get like in a DoD American Metal, but with this heavy-duty metal foot switch right here, the pedal. I hadn't actually seen one of these until Josh sent this to me. So it does sound good. It actually sounds heavier, a little bit heavier than the stock Boss unit. Probably not as heavy as the Arion Metal Master, but definitely heavier than the Boss. So I will have a demo of this coming up soon, so look for that. All right, next up is the GUYATONE Distortion H. H is for harmonics. Model number PS024. Pedals made in Japan. I'm guessing these are probably very late 80s or early 90s. It has this unique 5-band EQ with sliders, a level, and a gain control. When I was messing around with this before, it gets pretty close to an HM2. I don't think you'd be able to tell in a mix that it wasn't. But I think I had this more or less set like that. I've noticed the distortion control is much lighter than even the Boss. Basically, if you want it to do anything, you really have to have it maxed out. Metal enclosure, battery compartment if you like that. And that's the foot switch. So I haven't seen any proper HM2 type demo of this pedal online, so I definitely need to get to doing that. So that'll be coming shortly in the future. All right, next up is the GCI Hostel. First thing I gotta say is this is not available as a production pedal, nor is it available as a DIY PCB. So this is basically just a prototype. I was lucky enough to borrow this from Acid Rain Pedal Works. You get your volume, gain control, and then an HM EQ blend control right here. The circuit is based off of, I would say loosely based off of like an old crate style solid state amp. So what I found when I was playing this is I think personally it sounds much better playing into a clean channel of an amp versus the typical running into an already broken up amp. Maybe not great for death metal on this, but this would serve really well for like punk rock, hardcore, or like maybe even thrash metal. It's just a little sharper, more articulate sounding. So yeah, don't expect to see any of these. I will have a demo of this, but I don't know if GCI will ever make these available. All right, and finally we got Dirt Monger Instruments, 2 from them. The pedal on the left is the Necrotic Damage. This is at least version 2. There was one before this, and it's basically a 4-band HM2 EQ with an N-notch control, EQ blend, overall circuit blend, and then a rat circuit with hard and soft clipping options, a overall frequency tilt, and a mid control added to a rat, which is a great idea. You can cut in or out the EQ and the distortion, or just bypass the whole circuit when not in use. This thing sounds awesome. Great HM2. The pedal on the right is the Leviathan, and it has this really cool option that I haven't seen on any other HM2, which is a series or parallel. So basically your guitar signal can run parallel to the pedal and out, or in series, as through the circuit. So I think that's a good option if someone's using this for bass. You have a huge range for cuts on this. Same with hard and soft clipping, and then just typical, I shouldn't say typical, but straightforward controls when you start twisting them around. Both of these pedals have demos up on the HM2 Cult YouTube channel. I would definitely recommend checking those out. These are great pedals.